Let's start with the story of the most famous player, if not the de facto Heisman Trophy winner and the number one overall pick in next year's NFL draft, Trevor Lawrence, having COVID-19. I'll give you the floor on what you think this means writ large for everyone.
Well, in the short term, obviously, Trevor has come out and said he is experiencing mild symptoms. We hope that that's the extent of it. And look, from our reporting, I believe he was the only one who has tested positive this week on the football team at Clemson. So hopefully this is an isolated case and not one where you're seeing it in Wisconsin or, saw it at Florida or Baylor and a handful of other places that have had it spread through a program. In this case, it's obviously, as you said, it's the Heisman frontrunner and the most famous college football player out there right now. He will not play this weekend against Boston College. Now, strictly from a football standpoint, next week they play what is expected to be their toughest regular season game, and that's on the road at Notre Dame. And so through the ACC's guidelines connected to the CDC, so there's basically a 10-day period where from the time that he either first experiences symptoms, which could have been actually Monday or Tuesday, or we've been told that he tested positive on Wednesday. So there is a chance he could be back in time to play in the Notre Dame game a week from Saturday. But there's a lot of TBDs right now to be sorted out on that front. And certainly, even if he were to play in that game, aside from Zooms and some of those things he could do remotely, it doesn't look like he would have hardly any time, if at all, to practice with the team over the next 10 days.
Well, and then, we're also just assuming that it would be just like the flu for him. He'll get through it, and that'll be that. And, we all know that there are some people who have mild symptoms and then get through COVID-19 and can actually return to active, normal life for them, whatever that means, but maybe not a game against Notre Dame, and that is entirely possible. But what does it mean, do you think, here in general for Clemson, the ACC, and everyone? Is it just like, I guess, the same things we're seeing in the NFL each week, that you figure out what their close contacts are, et cetera? And then I'm reading that he lives alone, so he doesn't have a roommate or anything like that to worry about.
Right, and they are testing. The rest of his teammates did get tested, so if there are no other subsequent positives, that's certainly a good development for Clemson. As you said, both he and Dabo Swinney said that he is only experiencing mild symptoms, and hopefully that's all it is. This shows that anybody in college football can get this. I mean, we've seen certainly anybody can get this, but you're seeing cases certainly in the Big Ten footprint and hospitalizations in Wisconsin, especially going up, and then obviously Wisconsin is dealing with it with. I think it's now 8 staff members, including the head coach, Paul Chryst. So it's just, in a way, it's stunning to see, Trevor Lawrence getting it and announcing he's testing positive. But it's 2020. I don't think, especially after, you're watching the World Series and you're like, nothing should be shocking at this point.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.